The whole prison yard went silent when Marcus Hill dropped to his knees. Men who had been shouting just seconds before stepped back like the ground was on fire. Even the guards froze. Everyone knew what that moment meant. Power had shifted. Marcus had not been touched. No punches. No weapons. Just a few quiet words spoken by the right man at the right time. That was how prison politics really worked. Power did not always scream. Sometimes, it whispered. Marcus looked up and saw Leon Carter standing near the fence, calm and still, hands behind his back like a teacher watching a class. Leon nodded once. That small nod told everyone everything they needed to know. Marcus belonged to Leon now. A siren suddenly blared, breaking the silence. Guards rushed in, shouting orders. As Marcus was pulled to his feet, he realized something scary. Prison was not run by locks and bars. It was run by deals, fear, and invisible lines you were never warned about. And Marcus had just crossed one. 3 months earlier, Marcus Hill walked into Stone Creek State Prison with his head high and his heart racing. He was 23, strong, and thought he understood the world. He believed prison was simple. Follow the rules, mind your business, and do your time. He was wrong. On his first day, an older inmate named Raymond Brooks pulled him aside near the water fountain. "Listen," Raymond said quietly. "This place runs on politics." Marcus frowned. "I'm not into gangs." Raymond shook his head. "This ain't just gangs. It's power. Who eats first? Who works where? Who gets protected?" Marcus laughed it off. That was a low moment, calm and normal. He still believed rules mattered more than people. For the first few weeks, Marcus stayed neutral. He lifted weights alone, ate fast, spoke little. Guards liked him. Other inmates watched him. One afternoon in the laundry room, Marcus saw a small problem turn big. A man named Eddie Lopez was yelled at for taking extra soap. Marcus stepped in. "Relax," Marcus said. "It's just soap." The room went quiet. Eddie stared at Marcus like he had just broken a law no one wrote down. Later that night, Raymond found Marcus again. "You picked a side today?" he said. Marcus felt confused. "I didn't mean to." "That's the thing," Raymond replied. "Meaning doesn't matter here." That was Marcus's first lesson in prison politics. Days passed. Marcus noticed patterns. Some men never waited in line. Some guards looked away for certain inmates. Food trays were better for some people. Jobs were handed out, not earned. At the center of it all was Leon Carter. Leon did not yell. He did not fight. He talked. He knew everyone's name. Guards included. If Leon spoke, people listened. Marcus tried to avoid him. Then one morning, a guard called Marcus's name and sent him to kitchen duty. It was a good job. Everyone wanted it. Leon was there, sipping coffee. "You're strong," Leon said casually. "Strong men are useful." Marcus felt uneasy. "I just want to do my time." Leon smiled. "So do I." That was a low moment again. Nothing bad happened. But something felt wrong. A week later, Marcus was asked to pass a message to another inmate. No threats. Just words. Marcus refused. That night, his mattress was gone. His locker was empty. His shoes were missing. No one said a word. Raymond whispered, "Politics." Marcus understood then. Neutral was not allowed. The pressure grew. Small favors were expected. Small choices tested him. Each day pushed him closer to a side he did not want. Then came the yard incident. Eddie Lopez was cornered near the fence, shaking. Another group surrounded him. Marcus saw fear in Eddie's eyes and remembered the soap. Before thinking, Marcus stepped forward. "Leave him alone," Marcus said. That was the extreme moment. The yard froze. All eyes turned to Leon. Leon studied Marcus, then spoke calmly, "Bring him here." Marcus's heart pounded as he walked forward, knowing that one sentence had changed everything. And as Leon leaned in to speak, Marcus realized prison politics were about to decide his fate. Leon's voice was calm, but it felt heavy. "You spoke when you should have watched," he said to Marcus. "That tells me something." The yard stayed silent. Guards stood close, ready, but they did not step in. This was not their moment. Marcus swallowed. I didn't mean disrespect. Leon nodded slowly. Intent doesn't matter here. Impact does. With that, Leon turned and walked away. Two men stepped closer to Marcus, not touching him, just guiding him like shadows. Eddie Lopez was pulled back into the crowd and disappeared. The siren rang, and yard time ended. That night, Marcus lay awake, staring at the ceiling. Nothing hurt. Nothing was broken. But he felt trapped in a way bars could not explain. He understood now. Prison politics was not about strength. It was about who decided what happened next. The next morning, Marcus was moved to a different work detail. No explanation. No warning. He went from the clean kitchen to trash duty near the far wing. It was loud and smelled bad. Raymond Brooks found him there. You're in the middle now, Raymond said softly. Marcus frowned. Middle of what? Leon's test, Raymond replied. He's seeing if you bend or break. That was a low moment. Slow days. Hard work. No clear danger, but constant pressure. Men started talking to Marcus more. Asking small things. Borrowing soap. Wanting help lifting boxes. Each request felt like a string pulling him somewhere. One afternoon, Leon appeared again, leaning against the wall. You handled yourself well, Leon said. You don't panic. Marcus nodded. I just want peace. Leon smiled slightly. Peace is earned here. Leon offered Marcus a deal. Nothing illegal. Nothing loud. Just watching. Listening. Reporting problems before they became chaos. You'd be helping order, Leon said. Marcus felt sick. Isn't that snitching? Leon shook his head. Snitching is talking to guards. This is politics. Marcus did not answer. That night, Marcus found a new blanket on his bed. His missing shoes were back too. A message without words. Marcus understood the trade. Comfort for loyalty. Days passed. Marcus stayed quiet but observant. He noticed how Leon settled arguments with looks and timing. How food trays changed hands. How guards spoke differently to certain inmates. Power was invisible but everywhere. Then something changed. A new inmate arrived named Tyler Grant. Angry. Tyler refused to follow the quiet rules. He cut lines. Took food. Took back. Leon watched him closely. One evening, Marcus was called over. Leon's tone was gentle. Sit with Tyler. Talk to him. Calm him down. Marcus hesitated. Why me? Because he trusts faces he doesn't know yet, Leon said. That was the test. Marcus sat with Tyler during dinner. Tyler complained about everything. Marcus listened. People think they run this place, Tyler said. They don't scare me. Marcus chose his words carefully. This place runs on respect. Tyler laughed. Too loud. The next day, Tyler refused to move during count. Guards shouted. Tension rose. Marcus felt eyes on him. Later, Leon spoke again. You tried. That matters. But the yard felt different now. Tight. Sure. That evening, Marcus heard shouting near the showers. Guards rushed in. Sirens screamed. Tyler was taken away. No one said where. That night, Marcus could not sleep. He realized something important. Politics was not just about power. It was about consequences. The next morning, Raymond pulled Marcus aside. Leon's enemies are watching you now, he whispered. They think you belong to him. Marcus's chest tightened. I never said yes. Raymond shook his head. Silence is an answer in here. That afternoon, Marcus was sent back to the yard. Men stared. Whispers followed. Then Marcus felt a hand press a note into his palm as someone passed by. He opened it slowly. Choose carefully. Tonight. Marcus looked up and saw Leon standing across the yard, calm as ever. On the other side, a group of men watched Marcus closely, their faces hard. The guards blew the whistle. As the gates began to close and night fell over Stone Creek, Marcus realized the next move would decide who truly controlled his future behind bars. Night fell heavy over Stone Creek. The lights buzzed. Doors slammed shut one by one. Marcus sat on his bunk, staring at the note in his hand. Choose carefully. Tonight. It felt like the paper weighed more than a brick. A guard walked past and tapped the bars. Lights out. The unit went quiet, but Marcus knew quiet did not mean safe. Hours passed. Then came soft footsteps. A shadow stopped outside Marcus's cell. A voice whispered through the bars. "Walk with me." It was Raymond Brooks. Marcus hesitated, then stood. The door opened. Guards were watching from far away, pretending not to see. That told Marcus everything. This was allowed. They walked down a narrow hall to a small room with 2 benches and a table. Leon Carter was already there, calm as ever. On the other side stood Derek Collins, a man Marcus had seen only a few times. Derek led a different group. Fewer smiles. Hard eyes. Leon spoke first. "This ends tonight." Derek nodded. "It has to." Marcus felt like the air had been pulled from the room. "Ends what?" he asked. Leon looked at him. "The guessing. The watching. Prison politics only work when everyone knows their place." Derek leaned forward. "And you've been floating." Marcus swallowed. "I didn't ask for this." Leon smiled gently. "Nobody does." That was the highest peak of the truth. Power was not chosen. It was placed on you. Leon explained it simply. 2 sides keep this place calm. Too much pressure on one side causes trouble. We need balance. Derek added, "You stopped a problem in the yard. You listen. People trust you." Marcus shook his head. "I'm just trying to survive." Leon nodded. "Exactly." They did not ask Marcus to hurt anyone. They did not ask him to break rules. They asked him to stand in the open, to speak calmly, to cool anger before it turned loud, to be seen as fair. A low moment followed. Long silence. Marcus thought of home, of simple days, of how small choices had led him here. "What happens if I say no?" Marcus asked. Leon did not smile. "Then someone else says yes, and you become the problem." That was not a threat. It was a fact. Marcus looked at Derek. "And you?" Derek crossed his arms. "I accept the balance." Marcus closed his eyes. He realized prison politics was not about gangs or fights. It was about control without chaos. About keeping things quiet enough to last. "I'll stand in the open," Marcus said. "But I don't lie. And I don't pass messages to guards." Leon nodded. "Fair." Derek nodded too. "Fair." The deal was done without paper or signatures. That was how power worked behind bars. The next weeks were different. Not louder. Not softer. Just clearer. Marcus ate without trouble. He walked the yard and nodded to both sides. When voices rose, he stepped in early and spoke calmly. Small problems ended small. Guards noticed fewer incidents. Jobs stayed filled. Lines moved faster. Food fights stopped before they started. A low stretch followed. Days felt long. Marcus felt tired. Being in the open meant everyone watched him all the time. One afternoon, Tyler Grant returned from isolation. He looked thinner, quieter. Tyler sat near Marcus. "They said you talked," Tyler muttered. Marcus met his eyes. "I listened." Tyler nodded once. That helped. That was when Marcus understood something important. Power did not always crush. Sometimes, it protected. Then came the final test. A rumor spread fast. Someone planned to cause trouble during count. Nothing clear. Just whispers. The kind that grew into storms. Both sides looked to Marcus. Leon spoke quietly. "Say the word." Derek waited, silent. Marcus stood in the yard and raised his hand. Not high. Just enough. "Count matters," Marcus said, loud but calm. "We keep it clean tonight." Men watched him. Some shrugged. Some nodded. No one laughed. Count came and went without trouble. Afterward, Leon walked past Marcus and said softly, "That's how power really works." Later that night, Marcus lay on his bunk and stared at the ceiling. He finally understood the truth behind bars. Prison politics was not about being the strongest. It was about being trusted to keep the peace when no one else could. Marcus did not feel proud. He felt responsible. And in Stone Creek State Prison, responsibility was the heaviest sentence of all.